Okay, so this is the closest we could get to Fiona and Cake here. Not quite the hat, and not quite a sassy cat. At least
he's very sassy.
Oh, is he? Okay.
He can be.
Are you sassy?
But not a she. But we can change that. You know, just
It's already been done.
How committed are you to the joke? We can make he a she.
Oh
no, come on! You'll like being narrator.
Let him go.
Oh,
It's
you
okay,
scared
Fuzzy.
him. How dare you?
You know you're
He's
missing.
the worst, isn't he, Kitty?
Now he's just looking at us in shame, like you called me here for that. So, okay, what? Come on! We got episode to talk about.
Keep talking then.
Well, good. Oh, all right, so this is Fiona and Cake. This is like the big episode that like everyone always talks about, and now I see why there's only two, because that ending was hilarious, and I really didn't see it coming.
I was just gonna ask, did you see it coming?
No, not at all. Even when they were starting to lead up to it, I wasn't catching on. I thought maybe it was like a parallel dimension, or they're gonna like travel to the land of Ooh and just find out there happens to be this polar opposite where I didn't catch on at all, because the rest of it, for those who, whatever, need to be reminded, this is an episode where every gender is switched around, even in the opening, which took me a second. I liked doing a double take on that.
Yeah.
Imagine the people that like saw this for the first time not knowing it was coming. They're just like, what the hell?
Honestly, that's how I was, because I heard a bit about that there was an episode, where they changed the genders. And I'm like, okay, but I didn't know when it was or what it was called. So when it came up, I was like, okay, wait, what's going on here?
Yeah, I like it when it can just throw you into something like that. I mean, the show is so good at doing that anyway. So it starts off, you got Fiona and Cake, and Cake's a cat now, and all the genders are reversed, and it's Prince...
Prince
Gumball. Gumball. Yeah, which I like, and he wants to invite Fiona to the Gumball. That's cute, that works. And as a date, not as a friend, and she's so excited, she gets all dressed up, they sing a nice romantic song together, and it's finally clarified, because in the beginning, he's a bigger cock tease than Bubblegum was. I was just like, oh my god, like, I was going that Bubblegum, this guy's horrible. And so finally, it looks like he's committing to her and everything, or at least to going out on a date, and it turns out it was actually the Ice Queen the whole time, voiced by Azula. That's awesome. And they have a little fight at the end, and again, the prince is going to ask her out to go on a date, and she's like, no, I think I'm good, because I really got the hots for the Ice King. And then they go on and on about the Ice King. It turns out it's all just a fan fiction that the Ice King has written while Finn and Jake are trapped. And it just ends right there. And I love that twist, because nothing about this episode would indicate it's that. At least by the Ice King. That's what's so great about it. And it's just it just makes the Ice King scarier. Because just the idea that he wants to see, like, Finn and Jake as girls, and that he wants to see, like, whatever his love of his life, Bubblegum, as a boy now. It's really weird. And it just makes him all the more unsettling. Though maybe naively creepy, I don't know, but... or maybe that's just the ideas you're not supposed to think about at all. Yeah, I really liked it. I love gender role stuff. I like it when things are switched around and they mix it up and just to see what happens and stuff. So I liked seeing all the different things that they do. I liked her, saving him. I liked him being, dressed up in pink and stuff. And Neil Patrick Harris, right?
And yeah. PH, I love you. Baby.
Nice. So yeah, no, I thought that was great, and yeah, I'm trying to think. The unicorn,
Lord Monochromacorn.
Yeah, I wish he talked, because I loved that design. But I know that's the joke, is that he doesn't talk and stuff like that. But I just looked at this thing, I'm like, oh my god, this thing looks awesome. This thing looks so cool. I want it to talk. And I'm trying to think what else. What was the male? Marceline? What was
Marshall Lee.
Marshall Lee.
You don't get his name until the next time.
Okay. I'm so curious how they do a second one. If it's just another fan fiction, or if they do something else. I don't know. But it was I thought it was really fun, and I liked seeing the switch. I liked the female Jake. I thought they got a real good voice for her too.
Mm-hmm. Plus, I love the fact that a lot of what Cake did is what cats do. The puffing tail with the catnip, the eyes get huge, and then you just see her going.
Yep.
With the bag.
Yeah. No, I did all that stuff. I thought was really, really good. I'm just trying to think what else. It was just good. It's just a good episode. It had a good twist at the end and everything. So, what about you guys?
I love it. I absolutely love it. Actually, when they first showed it to me, again, when I first started watching Adventure Time, I didn't watch it in order. I would just watch random episodes just as it came on or whatever, and they're like, hey, look at this. This is different. And I'm like, that makes no sense. But it's kind of cute. And it makes, and watching it the second time, I love it even more. Forget it. No more Fionna! I love it even more now that I've been watching it, and I kind of get it, and I know who everybody is. It's not just like this random, like, oh, that's kind of cute and weird. I think Neil Patrick Harris does a great job as Gumball, and it's not because I've been in love with him since he was in Doogie Howser.
He's gay,
but
right?
I do.
I'm telling you this though, for a gay man, he gets the most women ever. Like every character.
That's most gay men, though.
No, like out of all of them, seriously, look at like his track record. Barney Stinson on How I Met Your Mother.
Oh my god.
He's sleeping with women on a consistent basis.
Yeah,
I've never seen a gay man get so many women. Ever.
I get a feeling a lot of
Gay men would get so many women if they were willing
if they were gay.
to go.
No, that's all.
Yeah. I'm just saying though. I know he's great. I love him.
I really liked.
Oh yeah, I love him.
I really did, because there were some moments where you could tell it was him, but I at the same time it wasn't so much, and for me especially because I'm a huge NPH fan. I kind of lose the, oh, it's NPH, and he kind of becomes Gumball, and I thought that was really neat, really nicely done. I love Cake because I love cats, and I love that Cake is voiced by this sassy old lady.
We think she sounds older.
She sounds
Amen.
older.
She was in Amen. That was an older show.
Was it? Okay.
I think that's 80s if I remember right.
She sounds like an older lady to me, and that part where she's gonna help Fionna with the dress, and it's all like, oh, let me help you. Oh, we'll take care of this. It was just
and it's still
really
very
cute.
It's still very Jake too,
It
which
is.
I like. It's all the stuff. And I like. I guess I like episodes that can kind of show that it's like there's just obviously big difference between men and women and how they act and stuff like that. But it's like there's not. I don't think there's as many as like some people build it up, like, oh, well, you can't write a man the same way you write a woman and stuff like that. It's like stuff that, is cool and funny and interesting and stuff like that is that all around. I don't think there's always like, oh, you have to write a woman this way, you have to write a man this way and stuff. I think there's a lot of proof to that in this. I think the only thing where I did say, well, that looks a little weird, maybe because they don't establish the strength or whatever, is when she's carrying the prince. I'm just like, I don't think she has the upper body strength for that. but like everything else, I'm just like, no, I think this works fine. I think it's just as funny.
I thought it was interesting that Ice King makes Ice Queen like super evil. I mean, she's like really nasty evil, as opposed to Ice King, who's kind of like evil, but a bubbling idiot evil. I mean, Ice Queen is hardcore.
Because Ice King is not. When people write fanfic, they make their character, whoever they are, the badass of it.
That's true.
That's what fanfic is.
I don't know. Nothing else in this indicates, with the exception of the ending, that like Ice King wrote it. I think that's part of the joke.
I understand
so
that.
I don't know if that's the intent. Honestly, I saw her about as, like the Ice King usually. I guess, there wasn't as much the patheticness of the Ice King.
I mean, she was
with her, but she does about as much nasty stuff as the Ice King does. But you're right. But there was
She was more serious about it.
I was gonna say there's no element to feel sympathy like you have with the Ice King, though. Even again, you kind of get to know the Ice King. I think we have like an episode in there. I'm trying to think. I think the two I would like to see, they didn't even get a line, but it's like, I'd like to see just how they would have done them, is the male Marceline. I think that would have been funny. And the male Tree Trunks, I'd love to see how they did that.
Well, I'll tell you this, and people, you can complain all you want on the forums. Yeah. No,
They don't even know what you're going to say, and they're complaining now!
Marshall Lee does come back for the second one, and he is voiced by the guy from Community.
I'll watch Community.
Who's also a rapper, I guess, which I just found out. Thank you, Christopher. Childish
Chris.
Gambino, I guess, is his rapping name.
Okay.
So he does appear, and he does have an actual, part. Tree Trunks, sadly, no.
Oh, that's a shame. I do. Well, it is funny. I was telling them. And you guys would probably get it too because he's been in a few things. Jim Troken has been in a few things. He came Halloween dressed as that. Yeah, as Marshall Lee. So as soon as he popped
Sarah
up,
came as
Fionna, right? Yeah.
And they looked very, very dead on.
Yeah, no, it was actually pretty well done. But just whenever I saw, as soon as he popped up, all I could think in my head is Jim Troke is the guy who was like Prick and Taboli Flea and stuff like that. And that's all I could think of watching that. Was like, oh my god, it's Jim. Even for those couple seconds.
I just had LSP had the little pedo stash going on.
Oh, I didn't even see that. That's hilarious.
She was done there very briefly. Had just little stash going on. I liked a lot of the dialogue. Why are you always predatoring on dudes?
Yeah. I like this is for messing with my heart guts.
Yeah, I mean, I like a lot of that. A lot of the small stuff. One thing I love is that when they had the race, Gumball and Monochromacorn and Fionna and Cake. When they get up there and Fionna and Gumball fall off and they're all like, and then it cuts to Cake and she's like, why are they out of breath? We were the ones running. I'm like, that's a good point, You never actually question that. You see people riding horses and then they're like, ooh, I'm out of breath. Why? You weren't running.
Yeah, they're the ones doing most of the work.
Yeah. No, I liked it. It was fun. And I think you bring up a good point where people say, oh, you can't do the same story for male and female. And this is a prime example of actually you can do that without a problem. All you have to do is have a competent writing staff.
Yeah, I mean, there are going to be differences, and it's good to acknowledge those differences. It is going to change things a bit, but it's not as far off as I think people are so afraid it's going to be. And I think that's just part of the fun. Yeah, I really liked it. I think the only other thing that popped in my head that I thought was really cool was when, and legitimately kind of creepy, is when the prince is revealed to be the Ice Queen. And just the way it's done. First the slow laugh, and then he sort of leans back, and then just the chest opens up, and there's this other head slowly coming out while he's slowly fading back. It just, that was a great reveal, because it was both really funny and kind of scary at the same time.
I do want to say this really quick that surprised me. One of the cons, I think it was not Midwest.
Canal Delete?
No, the one right before that.
Anime Midwest.
Oh, it was Anime Midwest. There was a lot of people that were cosplayed as, Marshall Lee, Fionna, and all that stuff. There was one girl who was dressed as Fionna in that dress.
I was gonna say,
the ball gown dress.
I don't see that because I remember that one, and I was sort of saying to myself, oh, is this like a cross thing or something, or like whatever, two different fan bases or something? And she said, no, it's from the show, and I was really shocked. I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of shocked there's not more of those. You know what? It probably costs a freaking fortune the more I think about it.
She had made it.
She had made it. Well, I mean, to make it's like to do the Fionna, it's like shirt, skirt, hat, boom, you're pretty much done.
Yeah.
I mean, that takes like a lot of work, but a lot of people put a lot of work into it. I thought there would be more too, yeah.
But I asked her about it. I'm like, this is great. I think it's cool, and I just want to say, whoever you were, I thought that was incredibly cool that she went a step beyond just playing Fionna. She picked a different Fionna than everyone else. And I just wish more people would kind of do that. Marceline, Fionna, Jake, they're all the common ones. You always see them. But seeing Fionna in something different, I thought was really cool. So, yeah, we saw some just as LSP.
I've seen a few 13-year-old bubblegums, too. Well, now I know that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I just see these different styles, I'm like, oh, did that happen? Or transparency? I was like, oh, it's supposed to be 13, so yeah.
I love it when fans actually go that step further and do the things that are only in there very briefly. Like, there's this one guy who was in costume, I'm not going to say very much, but he was in costume that was only Finn in one episode. and it was very brief and everything, and I'm like, that's really cool.
Yeah, because it's like when you come across those 2 or 3, like, a lot of people won't get, but when you come across those 2 or 3, it's like, you get it, and it's like, sometimes, you know, a joke can be so inside that it's still worth it just to get those 1 or 2 that get it, and they'll laugh so hard and they'll appreciate it all the more. So it's fun stuff.
Because you can go to a costume store and find Jake and Fiona, or Finn and Fiona and all of that stuff, but finding these other ones that aren't in any costume store, like, I look at them and I'm like, you're going a little extra further, and I think that's awesome.
Yeah, no, so, good stuff. Anything else you guys got in the episode, or?
No, I really enjoyed it. I really did. That was,
I have a question.
What's that?
How many people write fanfic about you?
And do you read it? Oh my god.
No, that's the question, Gino.
That's a whole other...
Do people actually write fanfic about
Oh,
you?
yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
And do you read it?
I have only read one. And
Ladies and gentlemen, he is blushing.
No. It's actually the one you would think it is, because I'm like, I got to know, and it's the one. I want to say it's either called The Truce or The Special Truce, something like that. Those that know the title already know what it is. I think it's like the first gay / fic of like me and the video game nerd.
Oh my god.
It's fucking hilarious.
Where can I get a copy of this?
Oh, just type it, you'll find it.
Oh, okay.
It's like a really famous one because it's like the first one, and it's really funny. That's the only one I've ever read. I said, okay, I read one, I'm done, and I had a good laugh. But no, people have like sent me the other ones. It's like, here's another fanfic I found, here's another blah blah blah, and the fan art is a lot of fun too. I've been every animal and furry and whatever you can imagine. I've been there's a ton of me as like, there's a ton of me like Fionna and stuff like that, like female crazy. Yeah, there's a lot of fun. So actually that makes it even funnier knowing that there are a ton of fan fictions just like this out there.
That's why I was asking, and I was really, to an extent, excited about this because you're someone who can actually deal with stuff like this. Like, people...
Well, define deal. What do you mean deal?
Well, as in, like, you actually come across this stuff. Average folks, I'm never going to have a fanfic written about me.
Someone make
get
it
on
happen.
it. Get it going.
Make it happen.
But you know what I mean. It's one of those...
The Special Truce Part 2.
Now that should be a gift.
Hide our feelings.
It's the affair.
But no, like, you know, you...
Don't get Naruto in on it.
Oh god!
Don't be like some
Spare
sort
my
of cross
cat.
species of life.
Please don't. No, spare my poor kitty.
No, I'm scared.
You should be.
You know what?
Oh, it's messed up when
I'm
they
gonna
make.
leave you two alone
I wouldn't have it
to
any
give
other way.
them
That's how
ideas.
That's how every vlog with you and it ends. You have to be off the couch somehow.
And then she goes to the other couch.
Yeah. That's a big move. Nice.
Yeah.
So,
So hard.
I'm trying to think. What was missing? Oh, yeah. You. Get writing!